Ayanfe and Olamide, a young couple deeply in love, both aged 23, living in Lagos, Nigeria. Ayanfe is an inspiring writer, while Olamide is a talented fashion designer. They spend blissful days together, dreaming of a future filled with love and success. Olamide gets accepted into a prestigious fashion program abroad in Paris, France, creating a sudden long-distance barrier in their relationship. Ayanfe and Olamide grappled with the reality of Olamide's departure. They promised to stay committed and maintain their love despite the distance. Ayanfe faces internal struggles, worrying about the challenges of maintaining a long-distance relationship. Olamide tries to reassure Ayanfe, expressing her love and dedication to their relationship. They bid tearful farewells at the airport, promising to stay connected through calls, texts, and video chats. Ayanfe and Olamide were like two peas in a pod, inseparable and deeply in love. Their days in Lagos were filled with laughter, dreams, and the promise of a bright future together. Ayanfe, with his knack for storytelling, aspired to become a renowned writer, while Olamide poured her heart and soul into a passion for fashion design. Their love seemed unshakable until the day Olamide received an acceptance letter from a prestigious fashion program in Paris, France. Excitement mingled with sadness as they realized Olamide would have to leave Nigeria to pursue her dreams abroad. Despite the journey of her achievements, the thought of being separated weighed heavily on their hearts. As they spent their final days together in Lagos, they clung to each other, savoring every moment and making promises of eternal love. Yet, beneath their smiles, an undercurrent of fear lingered, the looming distance threatening to test the strength of their bond like never before. Finally, the day of departure arrived, and as they found themselves at the airport, surrounded by tearful goodbyes and whispered promises, with one last embrace, Olamide boarded the plane, leaving Ayanfe behind with a heart heavy with longing and hope for their future together. In the days following Olamide's departure, Ayanfe found himself grappling with the reality of their long-distance relationship. Each passing moment seemed to amplify the void left by her absence. He buried himself in his writing, hoping to distract himself from the ache in his heart, but thought of Olamide lingered in every word he penned. Conversations over video calls became their lifeline, but even technology couldn't bridge the emotional distance between them. Ayanfe battled with waves of insecurity, fearing that Olamide's new life in Paris would eclipse their love. He couldn't shake the nagging doubts that whispered in the depths of his mind, questioning whether their relationship could withstand the trials ahead. Olamide, too, struggled to adjust to her new surroundings, while Paris dazzled with its beauty and opportunity. Her heart yearned for the familiar comfort of her home and the warmth of Ayanfe's embrace. She poured herself into her studies, throwing herself into the whirlwind of fashion classes and internships, but the ache of missing Ayanfe remained a constant companion. Despite the distance, they clung to the fragments of their love, promising to stay committed and faithful. Late night calls stretched into the early hours of the morning, as they share their hopes, dreams, and fears. Yet, even in their moments of connection, a shadow of doubt loomed over their hearts. As weeks turned into months, Ayanfe's insecurity began to surface in their conversations. He couldn't help but feel envious of the experience Olamide was having in Paris, while he remained confined to the familiar streets of Lagos. His jealousy ground at him, leading to petty arguments and strange silences between them. Olamide sensed the growing distance between them, her heart heavy with guilt and longing. She tried to reassure Ayanfe of her love and devotion, but her words seemed to fall on deaf ears. She felt torn between her desire to chase her dreams and her commitment to her relationship, unsure of how to bridge the growing charms between them. Amid the turbulence of their emotions, Ayanfe and Olamide found themselves at a crossroads. They knew they needed to confront the underlying issues threatening to tear them apart, but the path forward remained uncertain. With their love hanging in the balance, they faced a choice that would shape the course of their future together. As the weeks passed, Ayanfe's insecurity escalated, reaching a boiling point that threatened to consume their relationship. The distance between Lagos and Paris seemed insurmountable, casting a shadow over their once unbreakable bond. Ayanfe's jealousy festered like a wound, poisoning their interaction and driving a wedge between them. Meanwhile, in Paris, Olamide found herself navigating a world of new experiences and temptations. Amidst the hustle and bustle of the fashion scene, she crossed paths with Ade, a charming fellow student whose easy smile and magnetic presence drew her in. The shared passion for design sparked a friendship that quickly blossomed into something more. At first, Olamide brushed off the flutter of attraction she felt towards Ade, chalking it up to the excitement of new connections in a foreign land. Yet, as their interactions grew more frequent, she couldn't deny the growing bond between them. Caught between loyalty to Ayanfe and the allure of the new romance, Olamide found herself torn. Back in Lagos, Ayanfe's suspicions deepened as he noticed the subtle shifts in Olamide's demeanor during their course. He couldn't shake the feeling that something was amiss, and his fears only intensified when he caught glimpses of Ade in Olamide's social media posts. Each photo felt like a dagger to his heart, fueling the flames of his jealousy and insecurity. Their conversation grew strained, portrayed by tense silences and veiled accusations. Ayanfe's attempt to broach the subject only led to explosive arguments, leaving them both raw and wounded. Despite his best effort to trust Olamide, doubt ground at him like a relentless beast, threatening to consume their love from within. Meanwhile, Olamide found herself grappling with her own inner turmoil. Guilt ground at her conscience as she wrestled with the growing attraction she felt towards Ade. She knew she owned Ayanfe honesty and transparency, but the fear of losing him kept her silent, trapped in a web of deceit and indecision. As the tension between them reached a breaking point, Ayanfe and Olamide found themselves teetering on the edge of a precipice, with secrets and betrayal lurking in the shadows. They faced a choice that would irrevocably alter the course of their relationship. As the stakes grew higher, they could only pray that love would find a way to conquer the mounting obstacles threatening to tear them apart. As tensions simmered between Ayanfe and Olamide, they both embarked on a journey of self-reflection. Ayanfe confronted his insecurities, realizing they stemmed from his own fears of inadequacy. Meanwhile, Olamide found solace in Paris, but couldn't shake thoughts of Ayanfe. In a moment of vulnerability, Olamide confessed her struggles to Ayanfe, tears straining her cheeks. Ayanfe listening, his heart heavy with empathy. Despite the hurt, they found solace in each other's arm, renewing their commitment to trust and love. With newfound clarity, they forged ahead. Ayanfe's writing career gaining traction and Olamide's design turning heads in Paris. As they faced the future together, their love stronger than ever. They knew they could overcome any obstacles as long as they faced it together. As Ayanfe's writing career blossomed and Olamide's design gained recognition, the distance between them seemed to shrink with each passing day. They reveled in each other's successes, celebrating milestones together despite the miles that separated them. With every phone call and video chat, their love grew deeper and more resilient, a testament to their unwavering commitment to each other. Finally, the day arrived when Olamide returned to Lagos, her heart overflowing with anticipation as the thought of being reunited with Ayanfe. As she stepped off the plane and into his waiting arms, the world around them seemed to fade away, leaving only the two of them wrapped in a tight embrace. In that moment, they knew that their love had endured the test of time and distance, emerging stronger than ever before. They had faced challenges that would have torn lesser couples apart, but through it all, they had remained steadfast in their devotion to each other. As they walked hand in hand through the bustling streets of Lagos, Ayanfe and Olamide looked to the future with hearts full of hope and possibility. They knew that life would continue to throw obstacles their way, but they also knew that as long as they had each other, they could overcome anything. And so, their story continued, a tale of love that transcended boundaries and defied the odds. Together, they would write the next chapter of their lives, bound by a love that was as enduring as it was true. For Ayanfe and Olamide, the journey was just beginning, and they couldn't wait to see what the future held for them. Well guys, that will be all about this video. Thank you so much for taking your time. Well guys, that will be all about the story. Thank you so much for taking your time to watch and listening to my video. Don't forget to like, comment and also subscribe. Thank you. Bye.